go. Hello, lovelies. It's time. It's time. Who's in the house? Who is here? Soulful Saturday, Soulful Saturday, and here come the ladies and the lovelies. Yay. Hi, Susan and Trisha. Good morning, good afternoon, however you want to, wherever you are. Sarah and Corliss are here. Yay. Hi, Cassie. Good to see you. Paula's here. Hi, Carla. And Doris is here. Hi, Doris. Hi, Marguerite. And Teresa. Lovely, lovely, lovelies. There's our girl, Jenny. Hi, Elaine. Good to see you. And Jeanette. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Michelle. Nice to see you. And Gwen. Lovely, Gwen. There's my girl, Lizzie. I just saw you today. I just wrote you a little love note. Hi, Martha, Tina. Jennifer's here today. Susan in the house. There's my girl, Yolanda. And Allison, of course. In California, that's why she's saying good morning. Who else is here? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Well, good morning or good afternoon and happy Soulful Saturday to everyone. There's Denise. Say hello to Denise. And there's Joanne. My girl, Heather's here. And so's Juanita. Yay. I love watching you guys walk in. And, you know, it's like we're, you know, getting together at my very big kitchen table for a little coffee clutch. There's Lucy, too. Good to see you, Lucy. You know, I am, some things have been happening inside of me lately that I just want to share with you for ever so gently, so much of a little bit of a time here. And just so much that I've been starting to think about just, you know, how precious our time is and how exciting it is that we get to connect and we get to be together and that we have this opportunity to not just, you know, sink into our couches and our sofas, and that everything that we do is either for us or it's against us. And there's very little time where we're ever doing anything that's just kind of a, you know, a know-nothing thing. And as I was thinking about this, I kept thinking the thing that makes me feel better every single day is when I have an opportunity to connect. And when I have an opportunity to connect like now, and when I had an opportunity, I had a client this morning, I had an opportunity to connect one-on-one. It makes me feel better because it lets me know that I am a part of someone's life and that you're a part of my life and that this is this beautiful connection, this big circle that we have created. And I don't think it's by coincidence either. I think it's on purpose. And I believe that we're all here to inspire and to bring each other along. You know, who are we if we're not holding each other's hands through life? Don't you think? I mean, maybe that's just too ooga booga or woo woo, but that's how I look at it, because it's a privilege to be sitting here in this chair and talking to you right now. And I feel that way every single time I get to, and again, it's a privilege. I get to have these coaching clients one-on-one and look into their eyes and talk to them and just get a really good feel for who they are and what they want to accomplish in life. We're all in that same place. We all have these desires and this place in our heart that just is bursting with anticipation and desire to have that vibrant life that we always talk about. So Lucy says she loves woo-woo. Well, I love you, Lucy, so how's that? I love you back. I think you're just wonderful. And I also, you know, watching all of you, like Lucy and Joanne, and now we've got Lizzie coming in, and we've got a few others that have just come into our programs. Jenny and I were talking about it and just saying, isn't it so wonderful to watch people bloom and to watch women become all that they are becoming? To be able to be a witness to that is just indeed a privilege on my part, and I just thank you for inviting me into your world. It really does move me, and that's what I've been thinking about lately. So anyway, ta-da! It's Soulful Saturday, and here we are connecting again. Just us girls, just us lovelies, talking about all the good things. We have a lot of stuff going on right now, and I've got a new, fantastic quote for you, and I remembered to flip the switch around. There's my girl, Jane. Hi, Jane. And it is this. Here it is. Don't get mad about the results you didn't earn for the work you didn't do. What? I had to drop it. It was so hot, right? Did you get that one? Cassie, put this in your journal. Don't get mad about the results you didn't earn for the work you didn't do. That's from Anonymous. Boom shakalaka. I am telling you. We can't get mad, and we can't get frustrated, and we can't say, well, this, that, and the other thing, and compare ourselves. We can distract ourselves with a lot of things, right? Isn't that the truth? But I am telling you, this, Jennifer just said slap in the face. This is a slap in my face too. Heck yeah. Look at Cassie's got her little writing down emoji. I want you all to write this down. Yep. Because you know what I'm calling you on today? You know what today is? I'm going to rattle your cage today. Oh, yes, I am. Because today I am going to call you all. I'm going to get the whistle out right now. I am calling you all to the work. To the work. I want you to understand, I want you to know that what I'm talking about, when I talk to you about the connection that we have and the privilege of all of this, the work is a privilege. Write that one down. This work is a privilege. You are not going down to the stream and washing your clothes on rocks, are you? Nope. You're opening the refrigerator, nice cold refrigerator with all that food in it. Me, all of us are coming from this place of incredible privilege, and being able to do this work is a privilege. Write it down. It is. It is. Every time I write on somebody's invoice, or I write a card thanking them, sending them a mindful mug, by the way. These are just, aren't they the cutest things ever? You know you want one of these. Anyway, when I do that, I pray for all of you. I think about you, and I think about where you are in your journey. And you know what I do too is I connect with you, whether you know it or not. I connect with you when I'm doing those prayers, because I know what it feels like to feel disconnected from your life, get disconnected from what it is that you want. But my prayer for you is that you are connecting with the things that you want, because the work is showing up and it's giving you the results. Work. Work is it's such a four-letter word, and we're so scared of it, and we want to back away from it. But I want to say, get into it and just enjoy it, feel it. What does it feel like for you? Let me ask you a question. And I've got a couple of other things too that I'm going to share with you. And I've got a whole thing that I'm going to share with you. But I want to ask you this question because I think this is so important. What do you feel like when you've accomplished something that's been a little hard to get there? That it took some work. Maybe you had a baby. Maybe you got a raise at work or a promotion and you worked for it. You were like in it and worked for it. Maybe you went outside and said, I am going to have this gorgeous yard. I'm going to get rid of all these weeds and plant all these beautiful plants, and did some landscaping. How does it feel to look at that accomplishment? What does that feel like inside? And I know for me, like today, what I'm doing after I'm done with this show, I am going to be going into, you are going to see a clean and shiny office. I'm going to get rid of all of my research because it's done. I'm going to get rid of all of this. I'm going to clean it all up and get everything ready. I'm going to print out the book, the entire book, lay it all out and look for holes. That's what I'm going to do, because that's the place that I'm in. and I am this close, and the end of feeling, the end of what it feels like to finish a book, accomplishment. An accomplishment is the reward. It is the cherry on top of your sundae. It is the icing on the cake. I shouldn't be going with all these sugary things, but you get what I'm going with. It just makes you feel like, you know what? I did that. That same feeling, that same thought, hold on to that. Write that down. The feeling of accomplishment. Because I want to take you into the place of going to work without the dread. We don't need to be dreading our lives. We don't need to be dreading the work. This is why we're here. This is part of our purpose, is to do this work. Our purpose isn't to sit on the couch, watch Netflix, zone out on our phones, and eat a bunch of junk food. That just makes us feel miserable, like there is just nothing to our lives, right? There's so much to your life, though. And that's what I want to talk about, this work thing, of just how we dread work and how it damages our soul when we just think of work as being of the devil, you know? Elaine just said it, like you're on top of the world. Because you are on top of the world. You conquered something. You conquered your own inertia. You conquered your own, oh, I don't want to do it, your own laziness, your own procrastination, your own fill in the blank. And you said, I'm going to do it anyway. And then you get that amazing reward, and there's nothing like it. There is nothing like it. We're going there. And I am also going to say to you, too, if this is you and you want to go to this place of accomplishment, then for heaven's sakes, go watch the webinar that I just did Thursday. I was on fire. Jenny said it herself. I was, because I was so excited about this, because this is part of the work of where we get to the place of accomplishment. And I'm going to tell you this too, that place of accomplishment, if you look back standing on that very pinnacle of accomplishment, what do you see? You see that journey, and that journey taught you so much. The journey. This is why we travel. This is why we go on adventures. This is why we do the things that we do. This is why we read the books. This is why we ask the questions, because we're curious and we want to expand our lives. We want to expand the borders of our hearts. We want the juicy, vibrant lives that we've dreamed about. And I've got one big fat secret for you. It doesn't come without work. Work's around it. Work is circling it, but it is so worth it. And when we have a different perspective of what work is, that just opens up a whole new level of possibility, doesn't it? It sure does. We've got tools for it, you know? I mean, if you're going to go climb a mountain, you don't just do it in a pair of flip-flops. You wear the proper shoes, you've got your equipment, you make a decision, you've trained for it. This is what we do. And similarly, when we've decided we're going to take back our lives, we're going to take back our bodies, we're going to take back our health, we use tools. We use an anti-inflammatory diet. This is why we sprint. We use mindset pieces. Like today, you're listening, right? Why are you listening? Because you want that mindset piece. You're writing these things down. You're taking these quotes to heart, because you don't want to get mad about the results you didn't earn for the work you didn't do. You want to do the work. You're here. That's why you're here. The work is a blessing. The work is in and of itself the reward. It's not just the goal, but it's the work. How do you like that? Whoop, whoop. That made my head split open, because I've been concentrating so much, you know, and we get into that place of just, it's all about this, it's all about this. But if we are going to just slow down and just take it one step at a time and embrace the journey, oh my gosh, the things that happen and the person we become, right? The person we become, what a beautiful soul you have. And it's going to be, it's discoverable, and it needs nurturing, and it needs to be part and parcel of who you are. Lucy said it, it's a joyful journey, isn't it? Yes, that's so right. It's true, Kathy. The work is the reward. It's fun, you know, and this is what I have been so blessed with 20 years of teaching people how to cook, you know, and with the nutritional perspectives and what have you. But what they've learned along the way is that cooking is not a chore. It is a creative expression. When you know a few things, when you have a few ideas of what it is that needs to be done, when you understand the chemistry of cooking, and I mean, that doesn't mean that you have to be, you know, Jacques Pepin or any of these guys. You know what it means? It means that you open the door to understanding, to newness, and to, oh my gosh, I have that creative stripe in me. Who knew? I always, when people push back and say, oh, I just don't know how to cook or whatever, I always get all over them like white on rice, because this is such an incredible way to express yourself and such an incredible way to feed yourself. And so many things happen in the craft and the art of cooking. It's unbelievable. This is why I give you so many delicious recipes, because I want you to get into the place of understanding and connecting the dots. Healthy plus cooking can be delicious, right? I am so over it. And how many of you have eaten all those icky frozen foods, right? I had a whole lineup of frozen food that I bought from Weight Watchers and all of these microwave, pull out the plastic. Ugh. You know, to think about that, the money that I spent on that crap, because all I was interested in was in the weight loss. I wasn't interested in taking good care of myself. I wasn't interested in doing the work that I needed to do on myself, heart, mind, body, soul. I wasn't interested. But now I'm asking you to get interested in that. I'm asking you to open up and see the possibilities for your life. Go watch my webinar. It's free. You can go to savingdinner.com/life, L-I-F-E, and watch it. You know, for anything, just go with a notebook, go with an open mind, and take notes. All of the stuff that I've learned along the way is there, and it just made my heart, you know, made my heart explode and my mind explode. I want to know things. I want to take the things that I learn and apply them to my life. I don't want to have a whole bunch of knowledge just sitting here looking like the clutter behind me. Don't look. But we also want to be in the place of being understanding, of wisdom. You know what wisdom is? It's knowledge applied. It's knowledge applied. It's not just being a gathering place. It's not just being, piling on and getting all the stuff together. What is it if you gather a bunch of knowledge and it's for nothing? There's a good Bible verse on that. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but there is a good, I could have told you probably 5 minutes ago. But knowledge without understanding, something along those lines, somebody knows it right now. No. Knowledge applied is wisdom. This is how we become those wise women. As we get older, as we get wiser, as we don't want to get older and bitter, we want to get older and wiser, kind, gentler, absolutely hearts just open, huge, empathetic souls. Those are the kind of women we want to be. So go watch my webinar, savingdinner.com/life. It's right there. All the goodies, take notes, and let me know too, would you? Just drop me a note and tell me what you think and how it affected you. I want to hear. Friday is Q&A, don't forget. Just send in an email to support@savingdinner.com. In that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. I will answer your question next Friday. That's a promise. And right now, our Get Lean CLA. I love this. This is a supplement that works on belly fat and on your metabolism. There's studies to support it. This is why it's in our shop. And you know, belly fat, that stuff is around the middle. It is the most toxic fat of all. It causes inflammation in your body, and it causes us to feel not good. You know, let's get rid of it. This is part of it. Drop 3 in your cart. We will send you the 4th one free. That's an unbelievable deal. Also, when you're checking out, there's a promo window. Put ships free in there, all one word, and the shipping will be free as long as you live in the United States. And if you decide to order a bunch more stuff, I'll send you a mindful mug with a pinkies up cup. That's what it is. We have all the things, y'all, all the things. So even though I've kind of ranted a little bit, I'm just going to tie all of this up with everything that I'm talking about the work. There's 7 things that you need to have in place so that you are doing the work joyfully. You're doing the work with a different mindset instead of saying, oh, I got to do this. Blah, I don't want to do it. You're instead of saying, I get to. What a privilege. This is my opportunity. I get to do these things. And the first one is stop thinking about it in terms of hard, awful, yike, I don't want to do it work. Stop it. You are privileged. You are mobile. You have all the abilities, all the creativity, all of the resources available to you. And now you get to do this? That is the whole thing right there. Reframe it. Think about it differently. Rachel said, maybe we call the work the fun. It is fun. You know, it is fun. You're creating something. You're creating your life. You're creating a new garden. You're creating a new you. You're creating vibrancy. This work that we're talking about is an opportunity and it's a privilege. Number 2, it does not have to be overwhelming. Well, maybe at first it is, and you're thinking, oh, I've got all this weight to lose, or oh my gosh, my garden is just like this big mass of weeds. You start by pulling out one weed. You know, one weed goes, then the other one goes, then you've got a rhythm going, and you're in there and you're sweating and you're saying, yeah, we're going to do this. You're playing a little Motown, you know, you're playing it and you're throwing the weeds down, you're composting, you're doing all the things. You can do this. It is one step at a time. Hydrate, exercise, do all of these things. You can do all of these things with a joyful heart, with looking at it like the opportunity that it is. Take some time every day to write in your journal. Take some time to meditate. Take some time to read and enlighten yourself. Every single day we have a chance to learn something new. Every single day we get to apply it as well when we decide to. And when we do these things, oh my gosh, how we feel. How do we feel? I feel like a brand new woman. I think of something new. I see things a little bit differently. And each time that we do that, we are creating that vibrant life that we want to live. We get to do this with the way that we broach it, the way that we frame it, and the way that we see the work in front of us. Work is not a dirty word. Work is a privilege. And it is an opportunity for us to create exactly what we want. Oh my gosh. How exciting is that? That should make you should be getting out of your chairs and jumping up and down. At least be putting your pinkies up, for heaven's sakes. This is big stuff. The other thing is we have to stop caring what other people think about us. Oh, you know, she's on another diet. Oh, there she goes again, you know. Or your husband says, you know, oh, this is never going to last. I've seen all the things that you've done. Or let's just get out the nachos and call it a day. Or whatever, you know. Do you care that people are going to say things? I don't. They're going to say things. Let them say things. Oh, you shouldn't be doing this. How about all the amateur nutritionists that come out of the woodwork and that decide that your fasting is wrong and that you're doing it wrong and that you should be eating carbohydrates. And when you take out a food group, that's wrong. And when you're doing this, it's wrong. Who are these people? You know, they're amateur armchair nutritionists that read somewhere something. Do they spend their time in the science? Are they digging out the research for you? Have they gone to school? No. You know, it's just like, you know, you see this all over Facebook. It's just insanity. You know, suddenly we've got all these infectious disease specialists that, heck, they went to the Facebook School of Medicine, apparently. You know, it's insanity. Just get rid of it and start looking at yourself and start looking at how do you apply these things and start caring about what you think of you. Not about the peanut gallery over here. And I don't care if they live in your same house. What you think of you is you're pretty awesome, Jeanette. What you think about you is more important. So start thinking about yourself in the light that you want to be seen. Okay? Deal? And do this a little bit at a time. Don't start with this overwhelming to-do list and say, oh, it's just too impossible, I can never do it. It's like the weeds out in your garden. Yeah, there's a lot of weeds, but if you consistently stay on those weeds and consistently be pulling them out and planting the new seeds, those flowers are going to come up. And they're going to be the most beautiful things you've ever created in your life. And you are going to be looking at it and saying, there it is. Because you've probably done your research and you've probably gone online, you've probably bought the flowers and the landscape things, and you have a little plan of what you're going to be doing. Well, how is this not just the perfect analogy to how we do everything in our lives? We have a plan. We follow the plan. We get the materials. We use the tools. Do that for yourself too. You are the most important garden on this planet. What you plant inside of yourself is going to bloom. And you have a choice at any time time of the day, to make that decision to water those seeds, to take out those weeds, and to make a determination that you're going to be focused on the vibrancy that you want in your life. That's simple. And then just celebrate those wins. Celebrate that tiny sprout. Okay, it's not flowered yet, has it? But the seed came up, didn't it? The seed came up. You've got that one little leaf, that one little thing. And then it grows a little bit more, and now it's got 2 leaves, and it's coming up, and it's coming up, and it keeps coming up. Why does it keep coming up? Because you're doing the things that it's necessary for its growth. Do the things that are necessary for your own growth. Do the work. You are so worth every teeny tiny bit of effort. And every effort that you put on yourself is one more way that you're going to be creating that life that you want to lead. Your life is precious. Your life is on purpose as well. You are placed here right now on this earth for a reason, for a purpose. You've heard me say this. God doesn't just say, oh, I don't know, whatever. Here's a random person. You're not just randomly put here. You're here for a reason and for a purpose. And I believe all of us have this purpose that is to help others. That's it. And how does that show up in your life? It can show up in a mega different ways. I know that there are people that I have coached that are doing this with their children, that they are there on purpose to help and to prepare their children. That is a beautiful purpose. To help their adult children who have disabilities. That is a beautiful purpose. To help others, their elderly parents. That is a beautiful purpose. We all have that. And when those opportunities go away, if we have that mindset and if we have that attitude that our life's purpose is to help others, something else will show up and be in its place. You are a beautiful being, a beautiful soul with the purpose to help others. And it will show up, it will present itself in a way that makes way for you as well. That doesn't push you out of the way and make you turn into a volunteer-aholic, but instead will show up and give you an opportunity to exercise these gifts that God has given you to help others. Because I believe in my heart of hearts that this is why we're all here on this planet, to help each other. It is a big community. It is a big collective, and we are connected, heart, mind, bodies, and souls to each other. And when we get together to do the work, when we have our mind's eye on the same thing, wow, what we think about expands. And when we talk about it and we do it, what's going to happen? We are going to be changing the whole trajectory of our lives and those around us. And I can't think of a better purpose on God's green earth that we are all sent here for. Do the work. Is that a deal? You gonna do the work? Are you worth it? Oh, heck yeah, you are. You are so, so, so worth it. Pinky's up. It's time for us to get busy. We have things to do. We have people to help. And we have our beautiful souls to nurture along the way. You think? There's my girl, Vanessa. All right, deal. Peace be with you, and peace be with all of you and your families and your own soul. Share this message. Help us to bring in new people into our communities. They need us. You know, they're feeling disconnected, and we are connected. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. If you need anything from me, you know how to find me. Peace.